Hello, ladies. So I thought today I would take time to reintroduce myself and tell you all about who I am and why I help women who are like you who want to get rid of chronic fatigue. So, hey, I'm Dana. I'm a certified holistic nutrition consultant, which isn't the same as a dietitian. The main difference between a dietitian and a holistic nutrition consultant is that the holistic nutritionist is trained to examine and incorporate the entire body and its nutritional needs, along with how nutrition affects the mind and emotional health of a person. So we focus on functional nutrition, which means that we make sure your diet is very specific to the needs of your body, your health imbalances, and your goals. Our focus is to always look at the whole body and to ensure we're digging into the root causes of your health complaints, not just focusing on the surface level or obvious symptoms and diseases. And beware of working with someone who is just considered a nutritionist because often they will not have the extensive education and exam certification requirements as dietitians or holistic nutritionists. Most nutritionists are not educated or experienced in anatomy and physiology either. So, just something to think about. All right, about me. So, let's start with 5 interesting things about me. One, I am a genuine cat lover, and I have a dream of one day having one of every type of cat at the same time. So all of them, like one tabby, or one of each of the tabbies, a calico, a tortie, you name it. And the whole idea of crazy cat lady to me sounds pretty awesome. When my brother-in-law teases me about this, I'm not at all offended. You've maybe seen some of my pictures and videos of my 2 cats popping in and out. So yes, right now I have 2, Walker and Zeta. I would also love to own and operate a cat cafe/hotel sometime in the future. Second interesting thing, I don't really like ice cream. I don't like donuts and I don't like cake. I can't actually tell you why because it's not like anything happened, but yeah, if you brought out dessert and it was one of these things, they're so easy for me to just say no to. Now, pie, on the other hand, that is a major weakness of mine, especially pumpkin. Third thing, I am an advanced open water scuba diver. I dove the blue hole off the Belizean coast once, which was very cool, but there really wasn't a lot to see. Um, it's so deep though, so like literally, I don't know where the bottom is, and we went very deep. One day I would like to cage dive to see the great white sharks, and I would love to join a sea turtle conservation team to help keep their habitat safe, both above and below water. Fourth, I love to dance, and my favorite style is West Coast swing. But I am also a member of a local all women professional dance inspired burlesque club. Our instructors are all professional ballroom, Latin, or country dancers, and all of our numbers include varying degrees of dance techniques, which is great, and it is very tasteful and very much fun. And fifth, I am 100% an introvert. You'll find me at a party or networking event sitting in the corner watching everyone else. I will be that woman who struggles to know what to say or ask a stranger if they come up to talk to me. I also will try to keep all the attention on you and away from me. Not that I don't like sharing my own stories, it just feels more comfortable to let the others do all the talking. I'm very good in small groups, though, like 3 to 4 people. That's perfectly fine for me. This I guess this makes me a really good listener, which I feel really helps me when I'm working with my clients and get that thorough, deep understanding of their health problems to identify the root causes. So, my mission is to create a renowned, highly promoted online chronic fatigue and burnout recovery empire so that I can teach thousands of women how to naturally take back control of their own health. I want to help thousands of women learn how to overcome chronic fatigue and burnout naturally and keep their life and their health at its best through all of the rest of their life. I want to help women learn how to ask better questions of their healthcare providers so that they get better answers and get better solutions, and help them move away from the band aid or symptom suppressing treatments that keep them stuck. So let's go into a little bit of background about my chronic fatigue journey. When I was battling, some days completely giving into my chronic fatigue, I was first sent to a whole bunch of different doctors and specialists, and quite frankly, time after time of being told that they found nothing wrong just got so exhausting, ironically, right? Like, why was I even bothering? And then the thyroid and the iron blood work all the time with the same results. You're fine. It's infuriating and disheartening. I tried to figure out what was wrong with me and fix my fatigue on my own with really basic sleep hygiene and healthy eating, but, well, that didn't work. I tried so many different quote unquote energy boosting supplements and shakes with no improvements. I tried to push myself through my disease and pretend to be normal, thinking it was just a sleep thing. It wasn't until I accepted that I had this illness, a real health problem that needed deeper level support and help, that I finally started to get my fatigue under control. I had to realize and accept that I had a problem, and that doing it on my own was never going to get me anywhere, and that I needed to ask for help. So this took me over 15 years to get to this realization, by the way. My first stop was to see a naturopath after all the other doctors, of course. And this approach helped at first, but it really only improved my energy about like 30%, if you can even quantify it. I mean, I went from feeling pretty useless all the time to at least being able to function somewhat normally at work. A social life, though, nope, that wasn't happening. I got really interested in natural health, and I learned about holistic nutrition from a massage therapist that I was seeing. And when she told me what she was learning, I was so intrigued. I had already done a wee bit with food to help my skin and hormone health, and I was so interested in learning way more that I ended up going back to school and became a certified holistic nutrition consultant. It was this education and the years of putting it into practice on myself that finally helped me recover from chronic fatigue syndrome. I will always have this disease or this illness, but I now know how to manage it so that I can live a normal life and live a life with energy that regularly ranges from about 85 to 90% of my what I believe to be my full potential. What I learned with my holistic nutrition education, I increased my own energy by over 300% in about 5 years through many different experiments and trials and errors, of course, to figure out exactly what worked and what didn't. There were a number of times when I would try something that was supposed to help with energy that completely took me almost back to square one. So I did a lot of experimenting on myself. The best part of all of this, beyond having the energy I need to do everything I need to do and want to do, was learning how to listen to my body so that I can quickly pivot to keep things on track, to keep my health on track, to keep my health in a positive, happy state where I want it to be. All I do now when I feel fatigue coming on, or let's say even PMS, or aches and pains, or digestive issues, or skin problems, all these symptoms, right? I take a look at my recent past diet, my habits around sleep, exercise, self care, all that. And of course, what I was doing, my mindset, how it was affecting things. And then I reset what I point out to be the problem where needed. And usually for now, like now, this far into this journey, simply doing this reset, I'm back to being on track and feeling my best within 1 to 3 days. And with this approach, there's absolutely no falling off the wagon or not being able to get back on track. Well, unless I let myself go down that pathway. There's a lot of mindset work that I've done too to not allow that falling off the wagon to happen. I have gotten to a point where I feel like I'm 100% in control of my health and my energy. I might not be, but I feel that way. Also very cool is that I no longer spend hundreds of dollars on supplements each month. I'm down to 4 main ones that I keep taking to help me feel my best, which is what the average person really should be on, is 2 to 4 at a time. I used to be the person with a whole pharmacy of supplements taking 15 to 20 different pills a day. So now with my diet figured out, and my digestion is working really well, and my mindset shifted, and my sleep and my exercise and my self-care aligned with what my body needs, it's just down to these 4 main supplements a day. One thing that has become abundantly clear over the years of me working with women is that women who are battling chronic fatigue and who are busy, ambitious, and high achieving, who have big dreams and goals like you, well, the nutrition support that they need is so much more specialized than what's found online or in books. In order to make sure that the hormones that they're calling upon every day are getting the exact quantities and ratios of fuel that they need to sustain their busy lives. A so called healthy diet, in the generic sense, isn't powerful or specific enough to get their hormones into a state of balance and strength so that they can pursue their dreams with abundant energy. And many women are missing key nutrients too, or aren't high enough in, or aren't eating enough calories, or are focused on the wrong foods for higher energy. When women like you eat the foods that are required for higher energy production, foods that refuel the nutrient gaps and restore and optimize how well your cells respond to nutrients and hormones, well, it's kind of like magic is happening, slowly and steadily. Energy begins to soar, health overall begins to improve, your mood stabilizes, and you feel way more relaxed and at ease with stress. Your aches and pains go away, PMS drops, skin clears up, and sleep regulates. It's so very cool to watch these changes happen in my clients and to hear their amazement at how quickly their bodies start to feel and look so much healthier. Through my own journey to try to fix my chronic fatigue on my own, um, one particular time, I actually gave myself adrenal fatigue in all this. So I had to also learn how to reverse that, which is also something a lot of women with fatigue struggle with. The recovery of both chronic fatigue and adrenal fatigue is quite similar, with many of the same nutrient gaps and hormonal imbalances to reverse. But looking back, going through all of this on my own wasn't the best idea for someone struggling with fatigue. I just didn't have anyone that could help me back then. So I just want you to know that I understand what you're going through, what you're struggling with. I understand the feelings of uncertainty and the thoughts of, well, that didn't work. What am I doing wrong? Or where do I start now? Or why isn't this working for me when everyone else seems to be having great energy? Why do I feel so different? Because I've been there so many times. It's tough to dig through all the notes and the blogs and the research out there and then try to piece it together, right? To really know what your body needs in order for you to feel better. And actually, probably the hardest part when doing this on your own is answering the question, what is actually my problem? I mean, I know my symptoms, but what does that mean? And this, in my experience, is what's missing most in the public information out there. Holy cow, I can't even recall how many rabbit holes I went down in my initial quest for getting rid of my chronic fatigue on my own before holistic nutrition. It all boils down to the one question: why? Why are you battling this exhaustion, this brain fog, this burnout? And most often, the reasons you find online aren't correct or helpful. They're very much symptom specific, and you end up trying solutions that only band-aid the problem temporarily, or they're ideas that you can't fit into your busy lifestyle, or quite frankly, can't even do, like reduce stress. Um, it's important, but reducing stress when you're living a stressful lifestyle and you're exhausted and you're not sure how to do it, telling you to reduce the stress isn't very helpful. You need a solution that's based on the root causes, the why behind your exhaustion and your burnout. You need a solution that's focused on what your body needs most, what imbalances are happening, and how to reverse them correctly for optimized health as quickly as possible while still navigating your busy lifestyle, working in harmony with all of the stuff, the beautiful chaos you have going on. If you're ready to get answers to your chronic fatigue and burnout, if you're ready to discover exactly how to eat, what habits support your body's recovery journey, and what mindset structures could be holding you back, then I'm ready to help you get there. My clients are transforming their health from exhausted to energized in as little as 6 months. Many are improving their energy levels by over 130% in just 3 to 4 months, too. And I would love for you to be one of my next successful clients who gets to share her amazing transformation journey with others, who can inspire hope, who can talk about how much more life she's living and how happy and free she feels in her newfound energy and focus. When you're ready to take that leap of faith and ask for help and find out what it's like to work with a health professional who gets it when it comes to chronic fatigue and burnout and to help you get there naturally, then I'd love to chat more with you. You can use the link that I've posted in the description of this video to book a free energy audit call with me whenever you're ready to get started.